This is either a glitch in the Matrix, a Mandela effect, a slip in the timeline, or something, because I know this isn't right.
There appears to be a phantom figure running in the background behind the cheerleaders and onto the football field shortly before disappearing.
A giant dragon. Yeah, dragon. Found on Google Earth in Taiwan.
Sam Altman, the man behind OpenAI, has just revealed a new startup working on brain-computer technology designed to link human brains directly to AI.
Let's freaking go, y'all. Welcome back to Unreal Reality, guys. Today, we'll be reacting to creepy and mysterious TikToks you probably shouldn't watch alone. If anyone's new out there, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button so this video gets recommended to others. And with that out of the way, let's jump right into it.
If Wells Fargo actually deploys this technology, we might actually be cooked. This has got to be some of the most dystopian stuff I have ever seen in my life. So they have a patent for something called smart dust. It's a technology that deploys these sensory particles around you from the device that you're about to use to access your bank account. So you can't see these particles, but they're around you and they're going to collect your biometrics. That means it's going to record your heart rate, temperature, audio, visual features. So it's literally going to take a picture of you. Then it sends it to a database. If that database verifies that it's actually you, then you can access your bank account without logging into a password, without swiping your card, without using your phone, whatever it be. The patent is real. You're literally looking at it. You can see the date on top. You can read the abstract. It just explains what I explained. And if you saw my last video, you can see that cars are about to do this. In 2027, some cars are going to surveil you and determine whether you had too much to drink, whether you're alert enough to drive. And if you're not, your car won't turn on or it won't go into drive, whatever.
Sweet. Now the bank is quite literally gaslighting us. I'll take my cash without your magical side of pixie dust. Thank you.
ChatGPT wants to put AI inside of your brain. Sam Altman, the man behind OpenAI, has just revealed a new startup working on brain-computer technology designed to link human brains directly to AI. The company looking to do this is called Merge Labs, and they've just raised $252 million with OpenAI reportedly their biggest investor. So what's the plan? Well, Merge Labs says it wants to connect biological brains with AI to enhance human ability. This isn't sci-fi anymore, as Elon Musk's Neuralink has already implanted brain chips into humans, including paralyzed patients who can now interact with computers using thought alone. But Altman's version could be less invasive. Instead of implants, Merge Labs is exploring ways to send signals from your brain using things like ultrasound. Supporters say this could restore lost abilities or even boost intelligence and creativity. Altman has been thinking about this for years. Back in 2017, he wrote that humans may need to merge with AI to keep up or risk being left behind entirely. So is this the future of humanity or just the start of something much darker? Either way you look at it, the line between Black Mirror and real life just got even thinner.
Great. Now my intrusive thoughts will have their own premium tier. I'm good, guys. I'll pass. I've seen enough sci-fi movies to know exactly whose head explodes first. Moving on.
The President of the United States, a congresswoman, and a former intelligence official are all saying the exact same thing right now. UFO files are supposed to be coming, and they include things that you would not believe. Okay. So President Trump went on camera just 2 days ago, and he basically said that he has personally seen UFO evidence, and that it includes, direct quote, things that you wouldn't believe.
They want to find out about the UFOs. And anything having to do with UFO or related material, and we're going to be releasing a lot of things from.
So what does that mean? He then said that disclosure is coming very, very soon, and that he already signed an executive order back in February forcing every single agency to hand over what they have. Give it to me. But he's actually not even the only one saying this right now, because the chairwoman of the House UFO Task Force just came out of a classified briefing and said that she saw evidence of objects that were not made by mankind. She then demanded 46 classified videos from the Pentagon by April the 14th, and then the Pentagon basically just ghosted her. So that's insane. And then on top of all of that, there's a former intelligence official who testified under oath in front of Congress, and he's saying that the files involve sentient non-human intelligence. That's a sworn government witness saying that on record. It's not a Reddit conspiracy theory. Those UFO files are supposed to be coming soon. Multiple different people have said it, and when they do, I will obviously cover it immediately. Just make sure that you are already adding me, and you go ahead and add me now so you don't miss it whenever that comes out.
Right. Right, sure, because nothing says transparency like waiting for a government file that's most likely 90% black ink and 10% trust us.
Okay, these P-47s and P-52s are totally chopped, but who are they? Well, these are the claims that the late Amy Eskridge discussed before she was unalive, claiming that the beings that we call aliens might not be aliens after all. They may be us from the future, ultra-terrestrials. And they kind of look like this famous painting from Edvard Munch. Anyway, P-47 and P-52 meaning present plus 47,000 years and 52,000 years respectively. And the reason they exist supposedly starts with an apocalypse-level event in our near future. This calamity wipes out almost everything, and humanity splits into two groups. One goes underground, the P-47s, and the other, the P-52s, somehow manage to survive on the surface. Over tens of thousands of years, they evolve in different ways. The underground ones become what we know as the Greys, and the surface survivors, the P-52s, remain more human-looking, although they grow taller, and these could be seen as the Nordic-style aliens that people talk about. And these two types are the most commonly reported alien species from contactees. And then both of these groups independently managed to invent UFO craft and time travel, and decided to go back to our time. But for what reason? Well, if you've heard of Project Looking Glass, this might make sense, but if you haven't, it's basically said to have been this top secret program where scientists invented a device that could look into the future. And what they saw was this unavoidable future catastrophe, and no matter what was done to change the timeline in our present day, the outcome was always the same. It's like something that has to happen to us. So maybe the P-47s and P-52s are here to make sure this event happens, or maybe they're trying to alter the timeline in some way, or for some other reason entirely. Now, I'm not saying that that's what these beings are, because there are a lot of different theories as to what the true nature is about aliens and the UFO phenomena, but what do you think?
Yes, finally, a relocation plan that makes a 30-year mortgage actually look like a win. If I evolve to a P-47, I hope it at least comes with better medical.
More information has come out about the P-52s, which are supposedly future human beings. First and foremost, more detailed images have come out, which I believe really shows how much I don't look like P-52. But let's get into some of the physical attributes of P-52. Reflective eyes in darker environments, which I do not have, based on the fact that I am a human being. Abnormally tall. Clearly, I am very normal height. Unusually large hands. Abnormally long wingspan. That it's normal.
It's like Michael Jordan.
Everyone can do that. Abnormally long legs. I don't know about you, but those legs look pretty normal length to me. P-52 has abilities such as telepathy and telekinesis, which I clearly cannot do, as I am a human being. I'm trying to see if I can do it without touching it. Okay. They also have a high IQ, which I guess explains the 5 head. I obviously have a very normal sized forehead and a very average IQ. Anyway, guys, as I always say,
crazy.
bye!
Yikes! Glowing eyes and 8 feet tall? Shit, that ain't evolution. That's a final boss. You'd think with a high IQ she'd be smart enough to stay off the radar. I guess not.
All these people conducting this seance were bringing in these 9 maybe extraterrestrial beings, maybe beings that go to the 9 Egyptian gods, but it's like a council.
He really was a genuine believer.
I'm Andrea Puharich. I'm a physician by training, research scientist by choice.
We have tape recordings of him meditating in the king's chamber.
What?
And they brought through this information. Apparently they're channeling this Egyptian god.
And there are specifically 9 Egyptian gods.
So he gets this call metallic voice that was some sort of, alien intelligence. This is what, you hear a lot about this with the UFO abduction stuff. Like these people weren't looking to be in the spotlight. It took about 2 years for me to basically earn the trust of these space kids. It's like Stranger Things in real life.
One neat solution that would explain everything away would be mind control, right?
Delgado implanted radio receivers in the heads of bulls.
Delgado has remote control of the animal.
You have a guy who's being able to play the bull like a video game.
I'm revealing for the first time a lot of things that even my closest working colleagues do not know.
There's reason to believe Puharich may have been a double agent. He says it.
Really?
Tape.
This is one of the craziest interviews I've ever done, man.
Yeah, so the CIA is basically running a haunted summer camp on our dime. Nothing says government progress quite like relying on a middle schooler's magic 8-ball.
This is either a glitch in the Matrix, a Mandela effect, a slip in the timeline, or something, because I know this isn't right. Remember the book, The Diary of Anne Frank?
Yep.
Yeah, that was always called The Diary of Anne Frank. Well, that's not the name of it anymore. Now it's called The Diary of a Young Girl. When the heck did that happen?
What?
My whole life. And I'm old. My whole life. This has been called The Diary of Anne Frank. So I thought that's gotta be a mistake. That's just one book. Maybe somebody put the wrong title on it. Nope. Everywhere I looked this up. Everywhere. Now it's called The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. There's no way this is right. There's no way. Have I lost my mind? Maybe. But I remember this book being called The Diary of Anne Frank.
Same.
This has always been called The Diary of Anne Frank. Never The Diary of a Young Girl. Never. So something is way off, or my memory just went wackadoodle. Let me know what you remember about the book The Diary of Anne Frank, or the book The Diary of a Young Girl. And let me know in the comment section.
Yo, now that's a Mandela effect. What do y'all remember? Throw a 1 in the chat if you remember The Diary of Anne Frank, or a 2 in the chat if you remember The Diary of a Young Girl.
Okay, we're at the Colton Funeral Home. What is this over there?
What?
A Glen Rose meat company at a mortuary.
Wow.
What does that mean? What? What is that? Some
sliced,
fairly
diced,
quality meat products.
Marinated portions. Your needs.
Wow. I mean, I've heard of a final meal, but this is different. If that didn't make you completely lose your appetite, this next sandwich definitely will.
So is it a conspiracy, or is it just plain truth of how bad fast food continues to get on a daily basis? And why do I say that? Because a woman who recently stopped in at Arby's to pick up an Arby's classic roast beef sandwich was shocked and surprised at the quality of the meat on her sandwich. It quite frankly didn't look like meat, and it also didn't look fresh. Have a look at this video.
Okay, I'm on my break for work, and I went to Arby's, okay, and I never go to Arby's, but I was like, oh my god, like, curly fries sounds so good. Then
Yeah.
I opened up my freaking roast beef sandwich. What in the...
Does that even look cooked?
Dude, it looks like skin.
Ew. What in the world does that look like to you? Does it look like skin like she claims it does? Does not look like roast beef to me. Does that look like a roast beef sandwich to you?
No.
And like her, most Americans have been reporting a drastic drop in quality at fast food locations. She did tag Arby's in that post, and they have yet to respond to whatever that is between those two pieces of bread. And then there are the claims that due to the increased pricing in roast beef and other meats all across the United States, that these companies are going with cheaper processed meat.
Oh.
So let me know your thoughts in the comments if you've been to Arby's and experienced this with the classic roast beef sandwich. Or after seeing this, will you try the roast beef sandwich? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
I mean, they do say they have the meat, but never really specified from which century. That ain't roast beef, y'all. That looks like something else. Moving on.
There's a theory that the Hoover Dam is secretly a demonic throne and that the government put angels there to cover it up. You go to the Hoover Dam, you're gonna see something really odd. There's a spot that has 2 giant winged statues made out of bronze. They look like angels, right? They are technically called the winged figures of the Republic, but this is the weird part. No one officially says what they are. They're not angels, they're not demons, they're figures. And that's not random. There's actually a floor underneath them that is a cosmic map. shows the exact alignment of the stars the day that the dam was completed. Like they wanted like aliens or gods to find this lady. You'd think it's just some like artsy little design, right? But the guy who made that design said that this is specifically supposed to last for thousands of years. Like that design was supposed to outlive our civilization. And this is where it gets a little darker. People also call this place the throne of the devil. But why would a dam need a cosmic star map and then two 20, 30-foot bronze guardians? Then all of these like occult-looking type symbols.
If those things are angels, I think I'll take my chances with the demons. Nothing settles the nerves quite like two giant metallic entities staring into your soul.
A giant dragon. Yeah, dragon. Found on Google Earth in Taiwan. This stuff is just so crazy that all over the earth we have these amazing finds. And none of these scientists even want to talk about it, right? They push this dinosaur and this used to be bird nonsense. Meanwhile, we have these giant fossils of these dragons just all over the earth. I've seen so many just myself. These are just the spines. You know, you've seen the pictures and everything of dragons. They're based on a real thing. Even Columbus saw them, you know, when he discovered, quotations, America. Look at that. And still they peddle this nonsense about these birds that turned into dinosaurs. I already have like a 5-10 minute subscriber video on dragons, dinosaurs, or giants, because I believe they're using all these giant bones to make their own concoctions to say things that were supposedly here, you know, billions, millions of years ago. They never tell us the truth about anything, but it's still all out there for every eye to see. By the way, I keep seeing these orbs in all different shots in Taiwan in these mountains.
Hoover Dam angels, stone dragons. Guys, this world is getting way too mythical for me. If that's a real dragon, then you can call me a P-47 with a mortgage.
Charles Manson wasn't just this crazy guy. He was actually one of the test subjects in Project MKUltra.
Yep.
Because a lot of people always wonder, how did him and the Manson family just go from being these regular hippies to like these psycho killers, right? This doctor, Lewis West, he actually was one of the people that worked for the MKUltra project. He started running a test in San Francisco where it was to see the use of certain drugs like psychedelics and things like that and cult dynamics. And that's what that guy was in San Francisco studying. The same time Charles Manson was out there before he ended up moving to LA.
Wow. Yeah.
On top of that, there's like all these documents that are saying Charles Manson was a part of the projects. He was one of the people that are being tested on, and they even go as far as to say he was helping the doctors like still do these projects around the same time when he went to go commit these murders.
Really?
Yes. And this is supposedly documented. And also this doctor in San Francisco, he had a free health clinic at the time that Charles Manson and all of his followers would use frequently as well. So their connections were so much. It was insane.
Yeah.
And then there was also this weird ass thing of there was somebody that worked with that doctor as well. They actually stayed in Charles Manson's ranch.
Spawn Ranch?
Bro, for like 4 months.
Really?
And they stayed there amongst all of the other followers, and they were there for 4 months doing drugs with them, all of the stuff that they were doing, and then went back and just reported all the stuff to these people at MKUltra.
So like the whole time he was still doing the MKUltra shit.
Pretty
while
much.
he was with his cult and everything.
Yes.
So like the whole thing was planned from
So
the
the
beginning.
whole thing was planned from the jump, according to these documents.
That's insane.
Oh, so he wasn't just a monster. He was a government-funded monster. Nothing says national security like letting a mad scientist live on a straight-up murder ranch.
These are photos of you in 1996 and 2019. Are you aware that you have not aged?
No, I've aged.
Okay.
I have aged.
Are you a vampire?
No, I've aged. How can you be a vampire?
Just answer.
That was 2019. Now look at her today and listen to what she just told this podcast. Pay attention to the details.
On behalf of every woman in the world, can you please ask her how she still looks so good?
Red light. That and the blood of a 19-year-old.
Red light therapy, sure.
What?
Most people use that, especially people in Hollywood. The second part, about the vitality of a 19-year-old.
Weirdo.
That is specific. Look, people online claim that she's the queen of dry humour. She knows the internet thinks she's immortal. So is she feeding the trolls? But when a major star says the exact thing people have been posting about for years, is it a joke? She's 50 and she looks about 30s, I'd say. Is it good genes, the red light mask, or is there a reason she keeps bringing up all this vampire stuff? You tell me. Let me know thoughts and comments down below.
So, let me get this straight. Red light therapy and what, teen blood? Shit, I guess that's one way to skip the Botox. Moving on.
I'd like to introduce you to the idea of water as an intelligent designer. Here I exposed water to my friend's photo, removed and froze using a special method, and it designed her face. I showed the ice result to the water, and it designed a negative of her face. I briefly placed my thumb in the water and then froze it, and water designed a thumb with a chip in the nail. I chipped my nail in exactly the same place 3 hours later. Here I used a conceptual word of ego. It's a word I have no visual for, which removes any mental projection, and water designed a person with big shoulders, a small face, and a giant balloon head. I used the word milk as an influence, and water designed a breast. I wasn't thinking of human milk, so this was a surprise. You notice that the ice designs are not photocopies of the influence, but more of an interpretation. And to me, this is clear display of some kind of awareness.
If water has a memory, then I owe my showerhead a massive apology. Guys, I ain't drinking anything that's smart enough to take its own selfies.
There are only a few natural liquids on Earth that expand when frozen, and water is one of them. So with this being said, let's think about the fact that we are being told that all of the sea levels are rapidly rising. But did you know that roughly 90% of icebergs are actually underwater? So you're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. That's where that saying comes from. So if all of these icebergs are melting and all of the ice around the world is melting, then how would the sea levels be rising if most of the ice is underwater? And let's just say my train of thought is completely wrong. Well, are the sea levels rising? No. That's why Miami is one of the fastest growing cities in the entire world. That's why Dubai decided to build most of its city on the water. In the ocean. So if the sea levels are rising, then why are all of the big boy billionaires investing into coastal cities? Why is everyone moving to coastal cities if the sea levels have been rising for hundreds of years? And you see Lucy over here, she's doing just fine. Anyways, I made this video entirely for entertainment purposes only.
And already you can see a much more stable fracture. Okay. I have to do this quick because this stuff does not last. 525. You can see there's a whole range of tones here, but 525, you're going to hear, probably hear the fluctuation there. There we go.
Come on. Come on. Nah. Crazy.
If you don't know where that is, I do. Is in Sedona, and it is a well-known vortex phenomenon. There's several of them there, and you are witnessing a gate, portal, wormhole,
crazy,
stargate, whatever you want to call it, from this bedroom to another state.
Yeah, smooth move, Doctor Strange. You open your little Temu portal to Sedona, and now half the state of Arizona is quite literally on fire. Check this out.
So parts of Arizona is on fire right now, and nobody seems to be talking about it. Said it exploded over 500 acres already.
Wow.
0% containment. They are telling people in that area to evacuate. Clearly, as you can see. They said firefighters don't have no control of this at all. They said the fire even jumped containment lines. That's crazy, fool. Look at this shit, y'all.
Wow.
Ain't no way you gonna contain this shit.
No.
All this shit is flammable. It's no stopping it.
Wow.
Until that joint just go out by itself. I'm telling y'all. Y'all seen the LA fires. I feel like this about to get worse. All of this is flammable. And y'all know Arizona already dry and hot. Breaking records this year. I'm gonna keep y'all updated on this fire. But like I said, this joint is 0% contained right now. And it don't look like this joint finna stop anytime soon. So if you in that area, I will evacuate and y'all stay safe.
Yeah, half the state is on fire and the news is straight up silent. What do you think, guys? Just another tragedy, or is this the new location for the next smart city?
Our entire planet was 3D scanned with Pokémon Go. You were tricked into building the most detailed 3D map of the world only for AI to use it against you. 30 billion real-world images were scanned with users' phones while they were catching Pokémon in the streets to create the most realistic one-to-one digital replica of our entire planet. And you will not believe how much info they really have on you. You see, those Pokémon people were chasing were not in random spots, but in locations that required more data. The less data a geolocation on Earth had, the rarer the Pokemon they would put there, with players continuously scanning the world at different times of day, different times of year, providing the most valuable and detailed map of the world that puts Google Maps to shame, who spend millions of dollars sending their Street View vans around the world to do the same. Niantic, the guys behind Pokemon Go, did it all for free, convincing millions of users to take scans of our planet under the guise of a video game. Some users even paid Niantic to do that work for them through in-game microtransactions, and it was all in their terms of service. No one ever reads the fine print now, do they? Documenting the entire physical world at a scale no mapping company could ever imagine. And I don't think you realize how insanely valuable this sort of data is. Never mind just street view, we're talking middle of a forest view, behind the dumpster view, inside your own home view. Mapping data that would allow AI robots to navigate every nook and cranny of the world down to the centimeter without needing GPS. In fact, this is more than 100 times more precise than GPS, which is accurate to about 1 to 10 meters at best. And this data can all be stored entirely locally within the machine without needing overhead satellites like GPS, what they're calling a large geospatial model, LGM. Basically the map version of an LLM, large language model, that our chatbot AIs are built on. Meaning your obsession with catching the fictional monsters of your childhood accidentally built the navigation system of the future, and Niantic's rubbing it in your face, even changing their name to Niantic Spatial in 2025. And actually, they're not even the first company to have done something like this. Google has also been and still continues to do their own version of just this. reCAPTCHA. You know, those annoying I am not a robot, click all the images of bridges prompts you get when you try to log in. Do you ever stop to think why the prompt is I am not a robot, or why they almost always showed images of cities and the outdoors? Bridges, crosswalks, motorcycles, stoplights. Google similarly charged businesses to use their reCAPTCHA software on their websites, collecting $6.1 billion in revenue from it. Wow. And then likewise proceeded to use that data to train their AI for navigating and understanding the real world. So every time you click on that motorcycle, you're actually teaching AI what a motorcycle looks like, which they could then use to navigate through our cities. The most valuable AI training data sets in the world aren't being assembled in billion-dollar big tech data centers. They're being built by people like you who have no idea they're building them.
Yikes. First they map us out with Pokemon, then they clear the land with wildfires. It's all making sense now, guys. The puzzle pieces are finally starting to fit.
Back in November 2013, it was just an ordinary football game between Silmar and San Fernando High School. That's until a parent who was filming their daughter's cheerleading routine had caught something strange on camera. Did you see it?
Yes.
After going back to review the video, there appears to be a phantom figure running in the background behind the cheerleaders and onto the football field shortly before disappearing. Some people have tried to debunk it as a camera glitch, and some have even noticed that the security guards standing on the field seemingly follow the runner right as they pass by. Now, this mom isn't really tech savvy, so her having the ability to alter the video would be completely out of her wheelhouse. Could this potentially be a football player trying to relive the good old days? Or do you think this could be something else entirely?
Forget the halftime show. It looks like one of the P-52s decided to try out for the team. Speaking of ghosts.
Y'all, this photo taken in a cemetery in North Carolina is actually insane. It was around Halloween and the woman was posing for a photo. It was her and her niece in the background. They took several photos during this visit, and the niece kept talking to people that weren't there. When they reviewed their photos to put on social media, they saw that there was a person in the background that wasn't in the cemetery at the time. What looks like a woman in white with a black veil is standing behind this woman. What's really creepy about this is part of her arm is missing, and it almost looks like the shirt she's wearing is tattered. And she's definitely wearing a veil. You can see the lace at the end of it. Now, they are in a graveyard taking pictures, so I'm wondering if maybe this woman is the owner of the grave that she's standing in front of. There's so many times I see these photos and I really want to know the background to it. Like, if this is the owner of the grave behind you, what happened? Because it almost looks like she's wearing wedding attire, but at the same time, it looks like the veil is black. So is it some sort of mourning attire? This is a really good capture, though. What do you guys think?
Oh, please believe, she's not mourning the person in the grave. She's waiting for the two people standing outside of it. That's all I got for this one. Leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts. Smash that like and subscribe button. Fam, we are shooting for 200,000 subscribers this year. Go sub. The members group is open. Come join, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.